Transmitting from the front lines of the wargaming world. You are watching Friendly Fire. The show where you can watch, learn, and even play our games live online. We will be showing some of our favorite tactics and answer your game questions. This is Friendly Fire.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Devin, the OG, the original Grognard for Lock and Load Publishing, and I am sitting down here with my good friend Johnny Grogan, and we are back with Friendly Fire. We're doing a new scenario today, and I need to get all this set out to all the social media sites, so I'm going to go quiet for a little bit while I do that. And Johnny, you were telling me about some weather you were having back east there a little bit ago.
Yes, we were supposed to get some nasty snow. 6 to 14 inches, but I woke up this morning with a little tiny dust, that's all, which is all right by me. The weather is it is getting colder here. We've had some pretty decent weather actually in the 50s, and then almost 60 a couple days the week before, and the winter doesn't really want to come, and I don't blame it, and I don't want it.
But I'm sure your kids are looking forward to the snow.
Oh yeah, they like the snow. They like to play in it and all that, of course. They don't like to shovel it, which who does? Right? So hopefully they'll snow one time, wake up on Christmas and there's snow there, and then be good to go for a while, but I have a funny feeling that's not going to be the case.
Yeah, you guys you're up in the Northeast, right? You guys tend to get a lot of snow anyways.
Yes, we do. Here in New Hampshire, we get a lot, and in Mass, they get a lot too, but more the city called Worcester it's on this thing called the snow belt. And if somebody gets 5 inches, they usually get a foot or more. So they usually get thumped. So.
All right, well, this is taking me longer to get everything out, so give me a couple seconds.
No problem.
Oh, well, since you're playing the Defender, why don't you go ahead and start setting up your forces right now? That'll give you something to do while I'm getting this out to all the social media.
Perfect. Okay, let's see here. Eat. I love these maps that we use now, the 4X maps. It's just harder to find the numbers sometimes. The letters and the numbers. Okay, so.
Yeah, you kind of got to zoom in on these, so.
Okay. Which is fine. I'll take high def awesomeness. Okay, is that? Bear with me here. D. Trying to find. P2.
Okay.
So if anybody's played this scenario and has any good tips here, please post them in wherever they can be posted.
Well, we've got looks like 7 people watching this. Oops, there goes the volume. There we go.
Okay. C1. I can't find B. Two. Let's see. I think it's
which one can't you find?
B2.
Oh, on which map board?
It's a good question.
On 11? It's right here.
11. Yeah. Oh, all right.
Under,
all right.
yeah,
Perfect.
the victory marker is was hiding.
No
it.
worries. So. Bear with me.
All right, and that took way too long to put these out to all the social media sites. So I can actually start focusing on getting back into conversation and discussion. So, anyways, Rick Toffin 56 has joined us in chat. Hello, Mr. Rick Toffin 56. I know you like to come and join and watch us on these. I did want to give David did want me to impart a little bit of information. The support page. Should now be working on the company store. So if you've been having problems with being able to put support tickets in, David said he's got that up and running now. So if you've got a support ticket issue, or if you need to contact support, or for whatever reason it hasn't worked for the last week or so, those guys go on the other board, Johnny. Yeah, these guys. Yeah, I set it up. These guys for 10 and these guys for 11. Sorry. So yeah, we had to completely restructure the company store, basically because the app was no longer supported, and the store was just the program was just disintegrating, and we couldn't get the support to update it because it's just an app that isn't supported anymore. So we had to go shift to a completely new store, and so it took David a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get the store up and running, and what was I saying? So it took them a few days to get the store up online. Everything's up online running now, and the support tickets are working. So there's probably a few minor things that we're having issues with, but forgive us. We're doing what we can with it. Evil Dr. Ganymede has joined us. Howdy. And Rick Tom 50. Any idea why I never get video here? All I get is the loading icon every time. Refresh the page, maybe. That's the only thing. Rich Kerr, thanks for the update. You are welcome. So anyways, we are doing the scenario By Dawn's Early Light from Heroes of the Falklands. This is kind of a little bit of a treat for me. I've actually never done a scenario from the Falklands. I've never played a scenario. It's not, I don't have a lot of interest in British forces, and I apologize to my Anglo friends out there overseas. So I don't tend to focus on and doing a lot of scenarios that involve the British. So I've never done any of the Falkland scenarios. So this is going to be kind of a treat. And there are a couple things that we do I do want to go over that are kind of both unique to Falklands and for this scenario. So first off, let's take a look. We've got these rough hexes here. They act as degrading terrain, and they cost like 2 movement points for leg infantry to move through. Let's take a look at our chart here. Yeah, rough considered degrade. Oh no, leg is 3 infantry or 3 points, and everybody else is prohibited. So that is kind of okay. That's good to know. We do have some weapons both on the British and the Argentinian side. Oh, I should. If you haven't figured it out yet, Johnny's playing the British. I'm playing the Argentinian attackers. Our machine guns, the Mag 58, and the British, I can't even remember what the British weapon is. It's the LZA-2. They are a jam weapon, a J weapon. And let's go ahead and take a look at the Argentinian. It's got the firepower, and then it's got that J upper script next to it. So basically, if the weapon fires and both the attacker and the defender roll the same number, then the weapon jams, and then next turn you gotta spend unjamming it. No guarantee Johnny and I will remember that when we're playing, but we'll try to. Also, there are no stone buildings on either one of these boards. Typically, multi-hex buildings in most lock and load games are stone buildings, but these do not have the red center hex dot, so that's what indicates a stone building is the red. These are all black, so every building on here is a wooden building. Also, just because this is a little bit different than most normal lock and load games, modules. Multi-hex buildings usually are 2 stories or bigger. For Falklands, it has to be 3 hex buildings or bigger are multi-story. So these little 2 hex buildings, these little row houses here, those are only 1 story. This building right here with the 4 hexes, 4 hexes, 4 hexes, and I will point out we do have, as by scenario special rule, we do have some wooden, one single large wooden building, and we've got some wooden building counters out here for it on this map right here that indicates 1 gigantic wood building. Again, that's also a 2nd story. That's a 2-story building. So there is that to be aware of as well. I think that's it for the scenario special rules. Oh, yeah, the other thing, how could I forget this? With the British units in Falklands, you will notice above the firepower number, there's a D8. So basically means that the British, when they fire with one of those units, they roll a D8 for their dice roll instead of a D6, which, as you can obviously tell, gives them a huge amount of advanced firepower above and beyond the normal firepower. So we'll go ahead. Okay, so let me go ahead and cover. This is a hypothetical scenario. Let's see. Stanley, I'll go over the scenario background. Stanley, East Falklands, April 2nd, 1982. In the opening move of the war for the Malvias, the Compagnia de Commando Amphibios, I apologize for my horrid butchering of the Spanish because I don't speak Spanish. An elite Argentinian force comparable to British Special Boat Squadron landed in the vicinity of Stanley. Their job was to capture the Royal Marine Barracks at Moody Brook and the Government House. Supporting the commandos were the Battalion de Infantry Marina 2, BIM-2. The Argentinian Marines landed at dawn in LVTP-7s and advanced on the Government House. Historically, the Royal Marines surrendered to the Commando Amphibios before the Argentinian Marines arrive. This scenario assumes they did not. All right. So that is the historical background. And some of the special rules I already laid out, that we do have a wooden building on board 10. That is 1 gigantic building. I believe that's the government building. Yes, that's the government house.
The big one with the chimney thing on it, but the watchtower, is that it?
Okay, no, the government house is the building over here on building.
Okay,
yep.
Perfect.
And that, okay, so basically this comes down to capturing victory points. Most of the hexes are 1 victory point. However, the government house is worth a number of victory points equal to 10 minus the turn number in which it was captured. And that means, and since this is a 2-story, that means all 8 locations, lower floor and upper floor, need to be captured for it to qualify as being captured. And say if it's captured on turn 6, 6 minus 10, or 10 minus 6 it's worth 4 victory points, if I'm even going to get it that far. The barracks are these 3 buildings right here on board 11. They're worth 3 victory points, and all the other buildings are worth 1 victory point. And I need to get at least 10 victory points to be able to consider it a win. Anything else than that, it's not a win. I do have some initial forces. They start off on turn 1 in entering the surf. It's assumed that they've disembarked from LVPT-7s. And then on turn 4, I get actually 2 LVTP-7s with some reinforcement infantry. And I know Johnny's got a couple laws out there, and we saw what the laws did to my BTR or the BTMs in the last scenario we played. So I'm gonna have to be a little bit cautious with them. So I think it's 7 turns. And this is a lot for the Argentinians. This scenario is asking a lot of the Argentinians. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the government house up here on board 10. I technically could win just by capturing all the points, all the victory points on this board, on board 11. And Johnny, you still got 2 units that you need to put out.
Yeah, so that guy's not a hero, correct? He's just,
no, that is no. Who is that? I think he is a hero. No, he's a sniper.
Okay.
Actually, I think I may have pulled the wrong counter for sniper. Let me check real quick.
Wait, I have a sniper down here.
Oh, you already have the sniper, so.
I wonder what he.
Oh, no. Yeah, you get one each of a 174 and a 164. So yeah, that's just a regular squad. Oh, that's a half. That's a half squad though. Hang on, that should not be a half squad. I just caught that. Let me go ahead and search.
Another one here. Let me see.
Oh, I guess that is the half squad. All right, so you get a full squad and a half squad. Yes, he can carry the machine gun.
Okay, perfect.
It's just that since it's one individual on it, that's just a half squad. So
Let's put him. Maybe like that. I'm assuming those guys are coming in off the water because they have.
Yeah. On turn 1, placed on any map 11 beach hex, paying the movement point cost. The beach hex, and we'll go ahead and take a quick look at the terrain effects chart. The beach hex, it's actually called a surf hex on the terrain effects chart. 3 movement points. So they're gonna get onto the beach and then maybe one more hex, and that's about it. So what do we got? I think you've still got
Invisibility.
Yes, we've got the visibility. Thank you for pointing that out. On turn 1, visibility is only 4 hexes because this was a dawn raid. And on turn 2, it's 8 hexes, and then visibility is normal for every turn after that. Royal Marine Naval Party 8901 detachment, which is the units that are set up on board 11, cannot move until one of its units spots an Argentinian unit. So as soon as one of your guys spots one of my guys, then you can start moving freely. But until then, you can't. So I think those are all the special rules. The buildings, Dawn's Early Light, and then my LVTP 7 reinforcement. And something I will point out, and this just blows my mind. The Argentinian squads, they're 334s, 3 firepower. Who came up with 3 fire? I have never seen a unit in Lock and Load Tactical with 3 firepower, but yet here we are. Of course, they're also range 3, so I mean they're probably the entire unit is running submachine guns, as you can tell by the iconography on the counter. But yeah, that just kind of blew my mind that they're firepower 3. So, all right. Are you good to go there, Johnny? Have you got everybody set up? Looks like
I think I'm all right.
Looks like you got one more guy on board 10.
I'll put it. Let's switch that around a little.
Gotta love the physics engine. There you go.
There we go.
All right. So I guess we'll go ahead and jump right in. Rough Swordsman. Hey, bud. Glad you could make it. Glad you could. It's kind of late for you, isn't it? Well, maybe not too late. Probably about 8 o'clock Rough's time. Actually, no. Probably about 10 o'clock. But thanks for making it. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and jump right into this. I do start off with initiative on turn 1. That is one of the scenario rules. So let's just go ahead and take one guy and let's land him on the surf there. And so that's going to be 3 movement points. And since line of sight or line of visibility is only 4 hexes because of the night, I know you're not going to be able to get line of sight on me. So 3 and 4. And that is going to be it for him. And he's going to be moved. All right. So that's my initiative. Flips over to you, Johnny. Now, none of your guys on board 11 can do anything till you spot me. However, that restriction doesn't exist for board 10. Because they... Oh, no, that is it. Let's see. Oh, I read it wrong. Did I read it wrong? Oh, no. My apologies. Bravo, which is on board 10, can't move until you spot me. The guys on board 11 can move freely as much as they want. So, initiative flips over to you. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Let's see. No, I'll stay there for now.
All right. my guys set up a little bit. All right. So now it comes down to, do I try landing in line of sight of your guys and get shot up but try to push quickly, or should I try to land on the beach out of your... I think I'm going to try to land more on the beach out of your line of sight. So let's take these guys and we'll land them there for 3 and then 1 movement point for 4. And he will be done. So flips back over to you, Johnny.
Okay.
And Ruff is saying it's 10:21 his time. Yeah, so Ruff is Greenwich Mean Time, and that's 8 hours behind me, and I think 5 hours or ahead of me, and I think it's 5 hours ahead of you, Johnny. So.
Okay. Yes, yeah, because we're 3 hours apart.
Yeah, we're 3. Yeah, because it's 2:30 my time right now, so or thereabouts.
Yeah, 5:30. 5:24.
Yeah, and I didn't even think this isn't interfering with your dinner time, is it?
No. My wife, my family likes to eat at 3:00. I don't know what the significance is of that so much. And then if you're hungry later, you have kind of like something.
All right. Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, my folks, since they retired, do the same thing. They eat it. Their dinner is at 3:00, and then they might. Of course, my folks are also in bed by like 6 or 7. So, but that's what happens when you're retired and you're old. So,
exactly. All right, I'll stay there.
All right. Kind of figured you would. Again, playing the defender. That's what you do, is the defender. Explode the stack and repack it. So let's go ahead and take this squad and a hero. Let's go right here. We'll land there for 3. And, okay, that guy too far out of line of sight, so you can't see me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so and then I'll take my 4th movement point to move right there. And I'm blocked line of sight from that guy there, and by visibility with that guy there. Okay, so my guy's good there. So flips over to you.
And I'll pass.
Okay. Now what to do with my leader? Oh, yeah, your sniper, you don't have to put your sniper on the board yet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can keep your sniper off, so just pull him off, and you can pop him on me whenever you feel the need to interrupt my day and mess up my life a little bit.
Okay.
All right, well, since I spotted that, since he's not the sniper, I'll go ahead and land this guy there for 3. 1, 2, 3. Maybe that's not a good idea. Because that I'll do it anyways. I'm pretty sure you're going to have line of sight. Let's go ahead and, let's go ahead and move Lieutenant Smith and these guys off so I can get a good line of sight from there to there. Now it's gonna be clipping that building in D6. So not quite line of sight. I totally knew that. No, I didn't really know that. All right, so if I move to this B check, now that's going to be 3 movement points because that's considered a what do they call it? A surf hex. Oh no, beach is 2. All right, so let's see, did that affect? No, that didn't affect any of my other movements. Here I am flipping the camera all around, probably making everybody sick. Degrading terrain or brush is 1 movement point. So yeah, I'll go ahead and then move these guys to here for 1 movement point, and I will be done. So flips back over to you, Johnny.
And I'll pass again.
All right, that's first pass. I'll pass, and then over to you.
Okay. I'll pass again.
All right, so that'll be the third pass on the road. The turn will be over. Let's go ahead and remove our admin markers, and I'll just pull them down here so I can have them close by and handy. It moves to turn 2. I am skipping a lot of the superfluous stuff that we don't have to worry about, like fires and smoke and all that other stuff, because there is none of it. So it goes right into initiative. We both roll a d6 for initiative. I got a 3.
Whoops. There we go.
You got a 4. All right, so you got initiative.
Okay.
The problem is you still haven't spotted me yet. Well, let's see. Line of sight. Okay, visibility goes up to 8 hexes. Actually, yes. This guy in this building can now spot that you. Goes through degrading terrain. Let's check line of sight just to make sure. Oh yeah. I was a little bit wondering about the building there in G6, but you can see me just fine. All right, so you can see me now because I'm in the open, and it's like, wait, dawn has arisen. We should have landed earlier. What is this light thing? This is bad. So you can see me. So now any of your units on board 11 can, or actually no, it's board 10. Board 10. Board 10, they can't move yet. Board 11 can move. However, you can see me. I'm kind of just sitting on the road there. And I've probably got the light at the back, at the side. So
now I got to roll to spot you.
No, I'm in the open. If I was in, if I was in, if I was in a building or any hex that gave any type of terrain effects modifier, then you'd have to spot. But nope, I'm just out in the open, and you spot me automatically.
All right, I'll shoot at him.
All right. Now, what support weapon have you got stacked with him?
Let's see.
Is that one of the laws? Oh, no, that's the L7A2. Okay. It's a British version of the M60, basically. All right, so go ahead and add up your factors.
Okay, so let's see. That's 1. And then weapon there. So 3?
Yep. Your firepower is 3. And let's see. Degrading terrain. Degrading terrain is... my brain completely went... Actually not. Yeah, it's brush, grouse. It is a -1. That's the one thing I can always. That's the one thing I always forget. Let's take a look at the player aid charts. And it's been a month since I've played, so okay. So the degrading terrain affects your dice roll. Doesn't give me. That's the one thing I get confused. I can't remember. All right, does the degrading affect the attacker or the defender? No, so it attacks. It affects the attacker. So it is. You are a grand total of 3. But you're firing through degrading terrain, which reduces it by 1. So you are at a 2, and I don't have any defensive modifiers. So I'm going to be rolling straight up. So I remember, since you are a British unit with the D8 upper script, you are going to be you're going to be rolling a D8. And you rolled an 8, didn't you?
Oh, no. That was because I dropped it on
okay. But you did roll a 6.
Okay.
And so 6 plus your attack modifier of 2, so you're looking at an 8, and I don't have any modifier at all. And I'm a 1. The difference is 7. You know what? I think I'm going to use my hero's erratic ability at this point. And let's take a look at the erratic. Leader or hero, single use. Utilize this skill when combat result calls for a damage check. Roll 1d6. If the result is even, neither the leader nor the units in the hex take a damage check. If the result is odd, the leader in the unit takes double the initial DC. If original 2 would be a 4. If a hero possesses this skill, it only applies to him. All right, so I need to roll a d6, and on an even or an odd, we got to see what, if an even or an odd. All right, it's an odd. All right, so since it's a single check, we'll remove that. It's an odd. So that means I have to double the initial. So it's the damage check for him is a 14. Yeah. Ouch. All right. So I'm pretty sure that's just going to flat out kill him. But let's roll to see what I get. 1 plus 14 is 15, which is more than double. And let's go ahead and take a look at the damage chart. Let me flip to it. More than... Okay, but it wasn't 3 times. So it is a dice roll greater than or equal to and less than 2 times the morale value. So let's see. Good order SMC. Oh, wounded. Wounded. Wow, I haven't seen wounded in forever. I didn't even bother to pull out a wounded marker. Let me... Actually, I did pull out wounded markers. Didn't I? No, I didn't. Oops. All right. Oops, not that. We want the admin counters. See that? Oh, and of course I shuffled it, so it's all mixed up. All right, we'll grab the wounded marker. And we'll clone it. So he ends up getting wounded. Okay, now I am looking at, however, just a 6 versus the squad. So I roll a d6 and add 6 to it. It is a 6 plus 6 is 12, which is double his morale value, which, if we look at the casualty effects chart, good order MMC, greater than or equal to, he ends up taking casualty. So he is going to be not only disrupted, but he is going to be reduced as well. So let me see how the Argentinian forces, squad reduction, 334 goes down to a 224. All right, so he gets... We'll pull him off, put him under casualties. Let's find an Argentinian infantry 224. There it is. We'll put him right there and flip him because he's shaken. And let's put the wounded leader on there. And let's put a shaken unit on the leader as well because... I didn't pull any shaken markers out. I am just falling down on the job here. Search. Shaken. There we go. There's a shaken marker. Clone it. And so the shaken marker is on the wounded guy, which is not really good for me. That hurt badly. All right, so that's their impulse. If you want to go ahead and put a fired marker on them.
Yes.
Bravo Company 1. Hey Dev, you can hold down the tab to activate. Yeah, I know. I know. I keep forgetting that I can hold down the tab to bring up the line tool. But thank you for reminding me. Chester623 is back again. Hello. J6. Now to watch and be confused because I don't know the rules well. That's okay. You're in good company. We all don't know the rules real well. So we're all just kind of bumbling through. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Hopefully I'll catch the chat in time to be able to answer the question in a timely manner. So that was your activation. And you did lots and lots of bad things to me. Let me go ahead and move this unit right here. We're going to go take a look at our handy dandy terrain effects chart. What is it to move into a building? 2 points. Light construction building, 2 points. So we're going to move into here for 2 points. And that will flip Hey, I got one victory location. Yay.
That's right.
Hey, take it where I can get it. So that's 2. And the brush, I believe, is also... Nope, it's 1 point. See, that's why I always check the terrain effects chart. I thought it was 2 movement points. So that was 2 movement points to move in there. 3rd movement point there. And 4th movement point there. And he is done with moving. So, flip over to you, Johnny.
Okay.
Don't forget you've got your sniper as well at any time you want to pop him.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm not saying you have to do it now, but I'm just saying don't forget you, because a lot of times I'll just completely forget about my sniper, and 3/4 of the game through it's like, oh, I could have used you 3 turns ago.
Exactly. I'll pass.
Alrighty, then let's see. I can't do anything with these guys. These guys, I think, and you've already shot there. Let me go. Nope, you're going to be able to catch me down that line there. Let me go ahead and low crawl into that hex right there. And of course, I forgot to pull out low crawl markers. I need to have a list of all the admin markers I really should be pulling out when I set these scenarios up. All right, so let's go ahead and clone that. All right, so basically what that means, it takes all of my movement to move into that hex. And normally, if you move, your opponent's going to spot you. Well, if you low crawl, your opponent doesn't spot you and has to do a normal spotting check anyway. So had I just done a normal movement into there, this stack right here of Johnny's could have opened fire and done opportunity fire on me. I didn't want to do that, so that's why I elected to do a low crawl. Low crawling means, again, I move 1 hex, crawl into the hex, but Johnny doesn't get to spot me. So that's the reasoning behind me doing the low crawl right there. So I'll flip back over to you, Johnny.
Okay. Let's see.
Clone a couple more of these counters. Okay.
I'll pass again.
All righty. Can I give you just a touch of advice?
Yes.
This stack right here, they're assault fire capable. You could do an assault fire move into here, and then fire on this hex right here. Now, granted, you'll have some penalties, but I mean, I'm just in degrading terrain, and by putting yourself there does kind of put you in a good position to cover these hexes from me being able to jump in and grab them easily. Not saying you have to do that, but again, just remember, since these are British commandos and they do have the assault fire capability, you can move into that hex. Now, as soon as you move into the hex, I'm probably going to op fire at you. So maybe you want to low crawl into that hex so I can't spot you. But low crawl into the hex. All right, that is probably what I would have done myself, because that puts you in position to be able to keep an eye on me here and cover all these buildings over here. So yeah, no, it's just a good move to do the low crawl into that hex. Now, since you low crawled, I don't get to opportunity fire at you because I don't see you. If I want to fire at you, I'm going to have to try to roll a spot check. And as everybody knows with my dice rolls, I'll probably fail. And I'm kind of on a timetable to begin with. So, flips over to my turn. And I am going to go ahead. And you know what? Just to keep the theme going, I'm going to low crawl into it. Not that it means that much, but hey, we're commandos. We're going to low crawl into this hex as well. So, let's flip that over to my colored side, the victory side, and put that right there. Now, here's a little something. Technically, these units are assault fire. So that means they can move and fire or fire and move. Technically, you moved, which means you should be able to still fire. However, low crawl, you can't do that with a low crawl move. So for those of you playing the home edition, it's kind of a little, yes, it's a move, but it's a movement that takes all of your movement points. And to do an assault fire, you have to move only half your movement points. So even though you low crawled there with an assault unit, it took all your movement points, so you can't op fire at me. So, and that's my turn. Flips back over to you. You've done everything with the troops that you can, and you can't do anything with the guys at the government house. So then it goes, I pass. You'll pass because you have nothing, and then it comes back to me. I pass, I have nothing. We're done with the turn. Hey, look at that. We're already into turn 3. Let's go ahead and remove the admin markers. Well, technically, we're not into turn 3 yet. We're still removing admin markers is at the end of the. Let me go ahead and put a low crawl marker up there for you. So now we are going into turn 3, and I guess we should probably do this procedurally. For those of you reading the home edition, let me get to the chart that says. Nope, that's firing. Where is... Okay, rally phase. Okay, so we determine initiative first. So we've both got a D6 for initiative. And I get a 2.
Sorry about that.
Yep, that's okay.
1.
Okay, so... my brain went completely kaplutski again. I've not been getting a lot of sleep here lately, so I apologize if my brain power is not working as good as it is. Higher roll wins. I don't know why I always forget that. So higher roll wins. So I have initiative. There's one other game that I play that you roll for initiative and the lowest number wins initiative. So I get confused. I get all my rules confused way too often. All right, so then next we go into rolling for shaken units. Really, the only one I've got is this wounded soul, the wounded hero. Actually, can I even roll for him? I believe. Okay, can heroes. Roll to self-rally. Heroes. You would think I'd remember something as simple as this. But no. Let's see. That's medic. That's snipers. That's armor leader. That's scouts. Leaders and skills. Out the heroes. I don't think I can roll. You know, right? There is a skill that gives them the ability to roll. Okay, I can't rally those guys. Not at all. So they are, yeah. And my only leader is on the other side of the board. That's not good for me. All right, so they're not going to be able to rally. Well, let's check the back of the leader. Does he have got the self-rally? Flip. He does not have the self-rally. Okay, so yeah, no. Those guys are going to probably be shaken through the rest of the game. So that was probably a very good ambush shot that you took there. All right, so I don't have to roll for any shaken or broken or any troops like that. Neither do you. We step right into initiative. I won initiative, so I get to move first. Let's go ahead and go with this squad over here and just keep marching him. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and that's all he can move because it's going to cost me 2 points to get into the house, and I only have 4 movement points. So he is done. Flips over to you, Johnny.
Okay. So now I need to roll the spot because he's in the building, correct?
Correct. Or you can just wait for me to move. You know, it's however you want to approach it.
Just see this guy. I'm going to move this guy.
All right. Okay, now we are in turn 3, so visibility is daylight has shown, so visibility is unlimited at this point.
Okay. One. Move him into there.
All right, where did you move?
Right. Can you see him?
Yep. Which path did you take?
So I went right out to where the street is, right there. Can you see my?
Yep. Yeah, I can see your hand.
Yeah. And I went up 1 and down 1.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. You sure you want to do that? I've got this squad with the machine gun kind of covering that road. I can't.
Well, I already made.
You may have missed spotting that these units were here. I want to make sure you're not doing a move that you don't think you would do if you had all the information.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So you got that whole area pretty much hemmed off, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Do I have enough? Let me see if I have enough. Can I shoot on? Oh no, I don't know if I can shoot on him.
You can shoot on me. You just haven't spotted me. You're gonna have to try to spot me.
All right, let's try spotting.
All right. So people have complained in the past. Why do you have spotting in this game? Spotting. All right, maybe it's just me that says that. We don't have hidden initial placement. That's one thing that I think I would rather deal with spotting rules than have to worry about hidden initial placement like you may see in other tactical systems like ASL and ATS and most every other. So that's kind of the reason why the spotting rules are in there. It does give you the kind of the benefit of, all right, we don't have the extensive rules for hidden initial placement, but this is kind of takes that place. So anyway, spotting, page 59, for those of you following along at home on the home edition. Where is it? Where's my little chart? Spotting attempts. Blocking terrain are 2 or less. Degrading terrain spotted on 3 or less. So basically, I am in blocking terrain, being inside the building. So I can only be spotted on a 2 or less.
Okay.
Oh, you got me. You got me. Very nice. All right, now that you spotted me, you can light me up.
All right, so let's see. What did we say his thing was? So he's got 3.
Yep.
But you have the building, so it's a 2?
Well, there's going to be more than that because let's... whoops.
Oh, yeah, this degrading terrain right there.
Well, let's see. You're not going to be clipping that degrading terrain, or G4 and I4, you actually don't clip any of the artwork, so you don't have to worry about the degrading terrain in G4 and I4. However, you are going through the degrading terrain of I5, and I'm in a wooden building, so the modifiers are going to be -1 to your dice roll for the trees, -3 for the dice roll from the building for a grand total of -4. However, you are at a +3, so your total dice roll, and remember, you're rolling a d8, is going to be -1. No. Apologies. No, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So, you're at -1 on a d8, and I'm at just a d6. I think. Hold on. See, this is where I'm starting to get confused with things again. Per degrading terrain. Oh no, okay, so I get the +3 for the okay, let me check just to make sure. You would think I would know this. Yeah, defending units DRM. Yeah, so the target I get a +3. All right. So, see if we can do this again. You've got a grand total of 3 firepower. You've got 1 degrading hex, So that brings your 3 firepower down to a 2. My defense is the 3 for the wood building that I'm in. So you are a +2 on a D8. I'm a +3 on a D6. And what'd you get? Okay, so you had looks like a 5 total, and I had a 7 total. So I was higher than you. No effect. No effect. And let's see, that flips back over to my turn. I think I'm going to go ahead and move, since you've already fired with him. We're going to go 1. I'm fairly certain the line of sight is blocked by the building over here, but let's just go ahead and...
Yeah, I think so too, but yeah.
Yep, just to keep me honest. Yeah, it's going to be clipping that other building. So 1, 2, 3, and that's as far as he's going to get. So, all right, I'm done. Over to you.
Okay. I will pass.
All right. Well, then I'm just going to low crawl with these guys into this hex. And since I'm low crawling, that keeps you from spotting me. So, whoops. Close that out. Move those guys. Put that there. Put those there.
Devin, are the new counters coming soon?
Yes. I can't say exactly what the time frame from them are, but China sent us the proofs last week, early this week.
Awesome.
They may have sent, they sent the proofs to us within the last 7 to 10 days. To ask for our final permission. They actually airmailed them to us. So David got the counters for that, plus the counters for a few other games, our print-on-demand games and some stuff we do with War Diaries. And Space Infantry Federation counters, plus the Space Infantry tactical, lock and load tactical counters. So we got a whole bunch of counters that China is working on right now. It's like 1,500 sheets of counters. Nice. David approved the proofs, and so now they should be working on actually physically printing the copies of all the counter sheets to us, and then they're supposed to be airmailing them to us. So, yeah, but it's the holiday season. I don't think we're going to see them before Christmas, but probably by the first week in January. Is my guess. Don't use that against me in the future when they don't show up in the first week of January. This is just what my estimation is, and so yes, the admin counters are coming, and hopefully within a month or so we should have the admin counters plus the counters for a couple of the smaller, 5 or 6 of our smaller games are print on demand, Space Infantry Resurgence, the stuff that may only take 1 or 2 counter sheets, not like the big massive lock and load tactical that requires 5 counter sheets, and we're doing 2,000 copies or 2,500 or whatever it is, and it's like well over 10,000 sheets of counters. They're only printing like 2,000 sheets of counters for us tops. So
right.
Anyways, all right. So yeah, it's back to your turn.
Okay.
I would just try to spot. Or you could be kind of sneaking if you want to try to rush up to me and jump into the hex. Now that's using a little bit of meta knowledge of taking your guys and just trying to jump into melee, but it's perfectly legal. You can do that. You can try to spot me. Seeing as how I've moved everything and my turn is basically done. Or, like I said, since my turn is done, everybody's done something. If you want to take the risk, you can run up there and try to melee me. Or you can just pass. Honestly, I would probably go with the spotting attempt first.
Yes, I'll do that.
All right. So, it's blocking terrain, so it's a 1 or a 2, but you do have the leadership modifier in there. So, 1 through 3. No. Okay, so the leader will be marked ops complete. But the squad can still technically do something. So if you wanted to, you could have the squad run up there, or you can just pass and then next impulse try to spot with the squad. Now remember, if you spot, you're always ops complete, unless you actually spot somebody, but then you're still ops complete, but you can still shoot at them. So that's why sometimes it's always best to go with your leader first off, because, you know, if your leader is marked ops complete, you know, well, the squad can still op fire. Well, even if you're under ops complete, you can still op fire. But, you know, the entire stack is not precluded from doing anything yet, because you just used the leader to spot. He failed. He's marked ops complete. So now when you do that, you still can do something else in your turn. Ops complete is not a complete initiative. You can still do something other initiative-wise other than the ops complete. Basically, the only thing you have left to do is the squad that's stacked in there. Of course, you've got all the squads over in the government house, but they haven't spotted me yet, so they can't even do anything yet because of their special rule. So,
Okay.
you still can do something with the squad, or, like I said, you can pass. It's all your choice.
Yeah, I'll pass and.
All right, so you passed.
So,
Then it comes back to me. I'm done. I've got nothing left to do. I pass. Now it goes back to you. Now, if you want, the squad can attempt to spot them.
yes.
All right, and I'm in blocking terrain, so you need a 1 or a 2. And you don't get the leadership modifier because the leader already is marked ops complete. Oh, 6.
Oh, another 6.
Yeah. So all right. So so the squad is ops complete, and that's basically going to end the turn because neither one of us have anything left more that we can do. So turn is going to be over. So let's go ahead and remove markers. And my reinforcements are going to be showing up this turn.
This one you don't need. The spotted comes
Yep,
off.
spotted. Yep, spotted comes off as well. You are correct. That's about everything. Then both of us roll a d6 for initiative. And what, you get another 6?
Nope. I did. You called it and it came.
All right, turn 4.
Ooh, that was 3 6s in a row, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't want to point that out, but yes, it is definitely 3 6s in the row. So, shouldn't be rolling that on the Sabbath. You shouldn't be doing that.
Right? Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that.
So, it's your initiative, and I am rapidly running out of turns. But I do get reinforcements this turn. That is the one good thing about this, is I do get a bunch of troops now.
Yes. Let me try and spot this guy again with the leader.
Okay, so it's going to be a 1 through 3 because of the leadership modifier. There you go.
Hey.
That pays off for you. Now, since you spotted with that unit, that stack can now fire on the unit, and you can use your leadership modifier.
Okay. So 1, 2.
Don't forget the support weapon. Or is that the law? Oh, that is the law. Now, here's a question.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah.
It's not a one-shot use. The law can be used over and over again, just kind of in the last scenario we played. So if you want to, you can also fire the law at me, and if you hit, you'll be able to add in the modifier. Now remember, in the 5.1 rules, this is something we changed, that all infantry support weapons can now fire from inside buildings. Doesn't matter if it's a law, doesn't matter if it's a Panzerfaust, doesn't matter if it's an RPG. It can fire from inside the building. So if you want to, you can try to fire the law. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. I mean, the worst that's going to happen is you're going to miss.
Let's do it for 5.1 sakes.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the hit chart on the back. And if you notice, it's a heat round, which would affect me if I was not in a building, but I am in a building. So it's a high explosive anti-tank. It's really used to be, most destructive potential comes from when it hits something. If I was infantry in the open, then there would be some penalties. But since I'm at least in a building or behind a wall, you can use it. So now we look at the range chart at the top. The top numbers are the range. So it's a range of 2, 1, 2, because I'm only 2 hexes away. So we'll use the first chart. The 10 is what you need or less on 2d6 after all the modifiers to hit me. So let's go ahead and roll that right now to see if you hit me. Now, the only modifiers that are going to be in play is that I am in a wooden building, which is going to give a -3 to the dice roll. And so go ahead and roll.
No, I didn't roll it.
Yeah, you were just putting the dice in there. So go ahead and roll 2d6 because all ordnance is done off of 2d6. You rolled a 6 -3, which is, or 6 + 3, because I'm in the building, which is a 9, which is less than the 10 to hit number. So the law rocket did hit the building. Now, what does that mean? We don't have to look at this chart anymore because this is just for armor piercing purposes. If you were firing at a vehicle, the armor piercing number would be 8, and it's 8 right across the board. It's just the way it works. So you flip it back over since you've already confirmed the hit. The high explosive number is this 2 right here. So you'll get to add 2 into your firepower. So you'll have your squad at 1, the law with another 2 points, and then another point from Lieutenant Smith because of his leadership modifier. So you're looking at a D8 + 4. And I don't even get to add in my building modifier because that was taken into account with the hit from the the ordnance hit that you were firing at me from the Law's rocket. So you're at a D8 + 4. I'm at nothing.
Oops. Oh, I dropped it in there.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right, so you got a 2,
1.
but I rolled a 1. So, okay, you rolled a 2 plus the 4 is a 6 to my 1. The difference is 5, so I've got to make a damage check at +5. Let's get the spotted marker off there. Let's roll for Lieutenant Ares first. So D6 + 5. That would be an 8. His morale is a 6, and since he is a leader, die roll is greater than morale but less than 2 times, and he's a good order SMC, so he is shaken. So let's go grab a shaken marker, and he'll end up shaken. And the squad is a morale of 6, so we roll a D6 and add 5 to it. We got a 2, so it is a 7, which is greater than the morale but less than double. Which means he's going to be shaken as well. So that's actually pretty good firepower. I mean, that Law's rocket definitely did make the difference on it. So we're shaken. Fortunately, I've got a leader there. However, that is going to slow me down because those guys aren't going to be able to move this turn. I actually thought this was going to be easier than this. It's like, yeah, I've got firepower 3 guys, and I only need to capture the boards on building 11, and it's not going the way I planned. So alrighty, so that's your initiative. Flips back over to me. Let's go ahead and we'll leave the spotted on there, so they can't do anything. Those guys can't do anything because they're shaken. These guys can't do anything because they're shaken. So I've just got these 2 guys. All right, fine. Let's go ahead and grab this other victory hex over here, real quick, right here. That's 3 of the 10 points I need. You got something beeping in the background there, Johnny?
It's my phone. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. I just wasn't sure if it was on your side or
I
my side.
silenced it.
Wasn't sure if it was on your side or my side, or if I was, just going crazy. All right, so I snuck this guy up here into the hex. That's done. Your initiative.
Okay. Let's see.
Now, since these guys are spotted, you can light them up with this stack here. However, as soon as you do that, then I will have spotted you. And actually, this stack over here in J4, I don't think has line of sight. Let's check that just to make sure before. No, it's gonna clip the building. So yeah, you can light me up with these guys here, and I will have no way to be able to respond to it. If you want to, or you may want to move them, or you may want to move them back. I don't know. It all depends on what you want to do.
I'm gonna I just move, you're going to be able to fire at me.
It depends on where you move to. If you move this way, yeah. If you move that way, I'm not going to be able to see you.
Okay, I'll move there.
Okay, so that's 2 movement points. Any more that you want to move? Or is that actually that's probably a better position because now you can cover over here, so this stacks over there. Yeah, and then I'm either going to have to move this squad closer to you or up into this. Either way, that's a good defensive position for the 2 units I have because that puts you in Overwatch mode, and you don't have to do anything. You just have to sit there, and it's not like I'm going to be able to low crawl across the open terrain. So I may be able to low crawl into buildings, but if I want to get across the open terrain, you're going to shoot at me and put large holes in me. Okay, so that's you. Now back to me. Now, got to remember, I do have reinforcements. So let's go ahead and take this LVTP and let's take a look at the special rules real quick. The Argentinian Marines landed via LVTP 7s. It cost the LVTP 7 4 movement points to enter an ocean hex and 2 to enter a beach hex. And they have to come on in certain spots too, don't they? Yes, they do. I forgot about that. One of the LVTPs have to land in I-8 and the other one in L-8. So these are the 2 hexes my LVTs have to land on I-8, and we'll mark it, and L-8. Those are where my amphibs have to come on. So we'll go ahead and bring this one on here. So that's going to be 4 movement points. Oh, God, these things are slow. Oh, no, 12 track. I was looking at the morale number. It's like a vehicle with only 6 movement in this day and age. Okay, so I got 12 movement points. It's 4, 5, 6. Let's rotate them. 7, 8. Rotate it back. 8. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So there we go. That's it for me. Flips back over to you. You're basically done with everybody who can do anything. Again, the units in the government house over on board 10 can't do anything because they haven't spotted anybody yet. And then, so it flips back over to me. My other LV has to approach on this hex. So that's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I should be. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And let's see, it's tracked. What is degrading terrain, or the brush for tracked is 1 point. So then we'll go 10. Oh, what to do with these guys? 11 and 12. All right. So I think that's good. That's it for me. Flips back to you for initiative. You don't have anybody that still go. Let's hang on. You might have been able to spot me from the government house. This hex right here. He's on the crest line. No. Oh, maybe the blind hex. Let's take a look at that. Let's figure out where exactly. Oh, that clipped. Okay, so what I'm looking at is the crest line here and the building here. Now I'm gonna have to look up line of sight. for the blind hexes. You might have spotted that LVP as it traversed this hex right here.
Oh, it has that.
So let me check line of sight real quick. Line of sight, the bane of my existence. Absolutely. Line of sight has flummoxed me since I was playing squad leader back in the early 80s. Line of sight.
Right?
Oh, it is.
I never tried it.
It was not a bad... I segued from SL into ASL late 80s, pretty much right when ASL came. I picked it up, when I got to my first duty station. So in 1988, I got into ASL and probably should not have done that. I mean, it's a good game. I played it off and on for like 25 years, but it just got to the point where there's just too much stuff there. And I don't want it to be the only game that I play. Now, don't get me wrong. ASL is a good game. It's just too much for me. So, page 59. I always felt like I was giving birth to an account after I played a game. So, let's see. Figuring line of sight. Let's see. Slopes. Let's see. That's that. LOS along hex sides. Yeah, this doesn't have blind hexes because now I'm starting to get World at War 85 with the blind hex. Okay, so actually I don't think you can see me. So if I'm wrong, someone correct me on that. But I will have to look into that more because that is one. I know that is one rule that I'm weak on. So I'll get with Stefan on that. Stefan's our rule guru. So yeah, you didn't spot me. That's it with me. Flips over to you. You can't do anything. Flip back to me. The only thing I've got left is this guy right here. And let's go ahead and move him 1, 2, 3, 4, since I don't have to worry about op fire. And put a moved on him. I'm done. Flips it back to you. You can't do anything. Flips back to me. Done. We're done all across the board. And yes, I realize I'm kind of speeding things up for proprietority's sake. So now we
no worries.
Yep. And I appreciate your patience with me in that.
No, that's fine. I'd rather know the rule,
Oh yeah, definitely. But still, the onus should be on me to have as much of the rules done beforehand. Rich Care. I think you're thinking about World at War 85. No blind. Yeah, exactly. Again, too many rule sets. I'm getting mixed up in my brain. But still, I do need to look into it. Okay, so yeah, we're done. We're into initiative on turn 5, so let's go ahead and roll initiative. I rolled a 4.
This was my 6. Here it is.
And you got a 6, so you maintain initiative.
Okay, let's see.
But I do have some shaking. I do have some units I have to roll to unshake. So let's go ahead and start off with Lieutenant Ares. So he's got morale, and I believe because he's in a hex that provides terrain effect modifiers, I get a modifier for that. Unfortunately, I can't use his own morale bonus. Morale check 18. That's not what I was looking for. If I played this game more, I'd probably...
Yeah, I keep saying that too. I thought it was just me.
Oh, no, it's not just you. It's me as well. The only person I know that retains such a good grasp on the rules at all times of this is Stefan. So...
Yes. He has an athletic grasp on the rules.
It's like he's got a photographic memory with it. Okay, so all units in terrain with a positive target modifier, including those within hexite terrains like walls, yada yada. Subtract 2 from their dice roll. All right. So, I've got to roll 2d6. Go ahead and put that in there. So it's going to be 2d6, and I get to subtract 2 from the dice roll because I'm in protective terrain. So basically, I need, and I didn't get it. So doesn't matter. Failed the morale check anyways, which means I cannot roll for the squad. So that entire stack remains shaken. And I got to go check on the wife real quick, and I will be right back. Johnny, entertain them however you choose to.
No problem. Can't see the messages or anything like that, but at any rate, buddy played this particular module scenario? And if so, tell us what you think about it. I don't know much about the Falkland Wars, actually. I did just recently purchase a book on it because I do want to deep dive a little into what it was about. Let's see if I can... So, right. Devin.
Yes, sir.
Where is the messages that you're reading from people?
Yeah.
Maybe I need.
No. I have my, since we're streaming to Twitch, I have my phone open to Twitch, the lock and load, where we're exactly streaming to, and that's where the chat is. We don't get chat through from the viewers through Discord or through Tabletop Simulator, but we do get it through the Twitch page. So if you wanted to follow the conversations along as well, just go to Twitch/LNLP, and that's. And then just start watching the current episode that's streaming, and you'll see the chat on the right hand side. And you can either do that from your computer, so you can like tab out from TTS and go to twitch.tv/LNLP, or you can do it on your phone. Either way it works. Like I said, I just have my phone sitting off to the side at the website, watching what we're going on, so I know we know what the conversation is. So
awesome.
So, anyways, quick word. My wife has advanced Parkinson's, so I have to, and I'm a living caretaker, so I need to check on her every once in a while. Make sure she's still alive.
Right.
All right. So, your initiative, your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to. I keep trying to sign into Twitch, and for some reason it won't allow me to. So I'll have to fix that for the next time.
Yep.
I did ask some questions about the module. I don't know if anybody.
Well, the only one that Rich Kerr is the only one that answered. He said not yet. So I'm assuming you probably asked him a question if anybody's played this before or owns it. So the only person to answer was Rich.
Yes.
Yeah, and he said not yet. In fact, we have, how many people do we have watching? Oh, wow, we got 15 people watching.
Wow,
that's huge.
Yeah. I think that's the most so far since we started this.
That is the most so far, yeah. And thank you, everybody, for watching. You can ask questions, too. Whoop. Stream peer-to-peer. Did you hit a button? Oh, it just says you would disconnect.
No. Lovely technology.
Oh, yeah. No. I get that. So, yeah, you just have to jump back in. So, just go ahead and log back into Tabletop Simulator. We did have another question. Tactician93612. Is Lock and Load Publishing supporting TTS more than Lock and Load Tactical Digital on Steam? I want to support either one, but not both. Just asking for the direction on which of these two I should focus on playing on. We're supporting both equally, really is what it comes down to. All of the Lock and Load tactical modules, all the World at War modules, all the Nations at War modules, we have a tabletop simulator module for all of them. So you have to invest in Tabletop Simulator, but it's $20. But every time Steam has a sale, and they have sales at the drop of a hat, they drop it down to $10 on $9.99. We are continuing.
I think it's on sale.
Oh yeah, well no, that was the holiday sale. The holiday sale is over, which is over Thanksgiving. Christmas sale, however, is coming up in like a week or two, so it's going to go right back on sale again. We will continue to do future modules for Lock and Load Tactical, for Nations at War, and for World at War in Tabletop Simulator. We are continuing to support Tabletop Simulator. We are also continuing to support Lock and Load Tactical Digital and Nations at War Digital. It takes a little bit more for us to get something out, because that there's a lot more intensive programming that needs to go with it. Heroes in Defiance should have been released for Lock and Load Tactical Digital last month. David hasn't said what the holdup on that is, but we are going to release all Lock and Load Tactical modules, current, past, present, and future, on both Tabletop Simulator and Digital. Now, the good thing about Digital is it has an AI system, so you can play against the computer and you can shoot up the computer. Tabletop Simulator is, of course, just a virtual digital tabletop. So if you want to play against an AI, maybe you want to go with Digital. If you want to play against your friends, then definitely Tabletop Simulator, in my opinion. Of course, you can play against your friends on Digital as well, but that is.
And you can play solo on this too as well, right?
Oh yeah. We if you look over here, we have included all in all of our games that have our solo kit in it. We have added all of the Lock and Load Tactical, or the Lock and Load Solitaire kit. So Nations at War has the solo set in it. Tactical has the solo set in it. World at War has the solo set in it. So yeah, you can even play it solitaire using the Lock and Load solo systems. So I mean, it cool. Just comes down to, I like both. I play both. If I'm gonna play against somebody, I'm probably just gonna use Tabletop Simulator, just because it gives me more of that, real feel, and I've got, it's like, all right, I've got to know the rules. This is a good way for me to. If I play Digital, I just point and click, and I don't have to worry about the rules so much. The game takes care of it all under the hood, which probably to my detriment is what I've done a little too much here lately, because then I forget the tabletop rules and have to keep looking for it when I'm doing a tabletop. But I mean, we support both. We are going to support both. We're invested in both. We were looking at Tabletopia, but the graphics on Tabletopia was not that good, so we just decided to drop supporting any support into Tabletopia. But yes, it's both platforms are being fully supported by us. Is Tabletop Simulator very close to Vassal? They're both digital tabletop games. Vassal is more well known because it's been around for almost 20 years. However, it's been around for 20 years and has been showing, and it kind of shows its too. I prefer Tabletop Simulator. Tabletop Simulator is a physics engine. I mean, you've got the counter, you can pick up the counters, you can rotate the map. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you can do in Tabletop Simulator that you can't do in Vassal. There are things in Vassal that you can't do in Tabletop Simulator, so it comes down to your personal choice. A lot of the older grognards, the older people who've been playing for long games for any length of time and know Vassal, prefer Vassal. A lot of the newer guys getting into the hobby, they seem to gravitate more towards Tabletop Simulator, just because I guess a lot of them use that for playing other games. So Vassal is great for play by email. You have some better control over the counters and seeing what's in stacks in Vassal than you do in Tabletop Simulator. But it just comes down to what your personal opinion is. If you want if you want a platform primarily for play by email, then Vassal's the way you want to go. If you want it for head-to-head, I would recommend Tabletop Simulator because it looks a hell of a lot better than Vassal, and it's got the physics engine, and you can do more with the counters, and It's just cool. Now, like I said, Vassal can do some things. In Vassal, there's a button, remove all admin counters. You just push it and it takes all the admin counters off the board. We don't quite have that. We're working on it. We've got a couple people working on the scripts to be able to do that. And actually, I think Evil Dr. Ganymede was working on that script. So Evil Dr. Ganymede, if you're still here, maybe you want to type into chat what's your progress with the... Oh, you did get that working, Evil Dr. Man. I did get that working. Okay, cool. I gave you the number. I gave you the email to Uwe to get with him because he's the guy who normally programs our Tabletop Simulator mods. So, okay, I have spent way too much time on that answering questions. I apologize again. We're back to you, Johnny, jumping into your turn. I apologize.
Okay, so I guess I'll try to end the shaken peoples.
Okay. Now you will have to spot them again because the spotted marker did go away. I know it's a little bit unrealistic. Like we just lit the building up. We know there were people there, but the way it is, the spotted marker removed, so you have to respot them again. Again, you can have your leader do it. It'll be a 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah, I'll have him do it.
Okay. Yeah, 3. You
Hey.
got it. You spotted me again. All right. Oh, you know what we forgot? Oh no, that's you can't. I was about to say we forgot to put an acquiring marker on the. You don't put acquiring markers on laws, so so again, basically, you're going to probably want to do the same thing you did last time. You probably want to light me up with the laws rocket, and that's fine, Tactician. No need to apologize. That's kind of what we're here for, is to answer questions. So,
Yep.
and thank you for asking the question.
So that's 2, 3, 4.
Well, you remember you've
Figure
got
that out.
you've got to hit with the laws rocket first. So let's
That's right.
go ahead and flip
That's
it
right.
over to its ordnance table. Nothing really has changed from last time. We're at range 2, so we're going to be using the range column, which means you're going to need a 10 to hit, 10 or less on 2d6, and really the only modifiers is the +3 because I'm in a wooden building. So you're at 2d6 +3 to get a 10 or less.
Whoops, let me put him there. Put him.
Six plus 3 is 9, which is less than 10, so the laws rocket does hit. So you'll be able to add in the firepower.
Okay, so it's 1. So 4.
Yep, correct. You're at a D8 plus 4, and I'm just at a D6 because the ordnance weapon, the law hitting it, negated my defensive bonus through the +3 that you had on the 2 hit. So I've got a 3. And you've got a 7, so I fail by 4. So I got a morale test or a dice roll at +4 against the morale. So let's roll for the first guy, for Lieutenant Ayers. And I got a 5 plus 9. 5 plus 4 is a 9. So that is a casualty. He's already shaken. So a shaken hero or shaken SMC. He's wounded. So we've got another wounded guy out there. Wow. So let's go ahead and set him there. Let's clone the wounded marker. And for the squad, who's already shaken, and this is probably going to be very bad, D6 plus, did I say 4 or 5? I think it was a 4.
Yeah.
So D6 plus 4. 2 plus 4 is a 6, which is equal, so no effect. I think. Let's check the chart just to make sure. Less than or equal. Okay, so less than or equal to. Equal to. So no effect for the shaken squad. However, the shaken leader was wounded, which is not good for me. Let's explode out the stack and repack it. Okay, so that's you. So now my turn. What do I want to do? I think we're going to take this LVTP7 and we're going to move him. So let's turn the vehicle. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to rotate for 4. I should probably, let's just pull these guys off until I get them in their final position. 4, 5, 6, and I did not declare that I was going to unload with them, so there we go. So those guys are there.
Now,
Unless you've got a law, you're not going to be able to affect me. I don't have my vehicle buttoned. Or I have my vehicle buttoned up, so.
Yes, and I don't have one. I just
you don't have the law. The law is down here and is currently peppering my poor commandos in the building. All right, so that's my initiative. Flips back over to you. And yes, Doctor Evil Doctor. Yes, Doctor Evil Doctor Ganymede. I did just drive across the lawn.
Okay. Let's see what to do. Starting to be surrounded from the backside there. I'm gonna low crawl, I think, to here.
Okay.
Whoops, I forgot to take my. Oh, that's moved, not low crawl.
Yep. Low crawl marker right here. Or are you right there as well?
I had one there, yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so that's your impulse. Flips back over to me. So I'm going to take this unit here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Let's pull the 2 units off. Rotate it for 4. And we'll be done. Back over to you.
I will pass.
Okay. We're going to have this guy right here try to spot your low crawlers. Right here. And I need a 1 or a 2. I got a 1. Hey, spotted him. Good. That was a surprise. I normally don't spot. So, all right. So I'm going to light you up. I've got 3 plus 2 is a 5. So I've got a D6 plus 5. You're in a wood building, so that gives you a plus 3. So you're a D6 plus 3. I'm a D6 plus 5. So I got an 8 total. Was that the roll?
Is that it?
I don't think so. It
No.
looked like it just dropped, so.
Yeah, I saw it. Okay, there we go.
All right. Let's see. So you got 5 to my 8, so I beat you by 3. So it's going to be a morale check plus 3. So roll a d6 and add 3 to it, and then we'll compare that to your morale for your squad. 3 plus 2 is 5, which is less than 6, so no effect.
Okay.
Nothing. Big goose egg. So that was that. Flips back over to you. I actually think you... Oh, you've still got your sniper to put out. Don't forget about your sniper.
Oh, yes.
Now, where to put your sniper, that's a good question.
Yes.
Or you can hold on to him still. I mean, it's all up to you.
Yeah, I'll hold on to him.
Okay.
till next turn.
Honestly, I would probably hold on to him as well. So basically, let's pass on you over to me. Everybody I've got is passed. Yeah, there's one thing I just don't understand about this scenario design. Technically, the Argentinians can win the game by capturing everything that's on this board. They don't even need to get in line of sight of the troops over here. Oh. Here's something that you could have done. You could have had a squad. Since you can set up anywhere north of the road, you could have had a squad set up like here or here or here or here. That would have given you a chance to spot one of my units easier. I didn't even see that before.
Yep.
By putting everything by putting everything in that building back there. Yeah, but again, this is one of Mark Walker's designs, so not that he does bad.
Yeah, and I was thinking I was thinking you were going to charge towards that area.
Well, originally that was my plan. I was going to bring the LVP TPs on, but I was going to bring them over, like right over here. But then I remembered I had to bring them on in those two hexes. And it's like, well, if I'd have brought them over here, then yeah, I'd have just rushed over for the government building. But looking at the points the way they are and having the LVPs over here, I don't need to leave this board and I don't need to do anything to trip your LOS. In hindsight, in the future, if anybody plays this scenario, you might want to think about putting a squad, kind of a sacrificial squad over here, so they have an early tripwire to see, so you can start moving all the British troops on board 10, because,
yeah, because you're handcuffed otherwise.
Yeah, you are, and I mean it's. So, we had a couple questions. Evil Dr. Ganymede. What are all the Brits doing that hill on map 10? If you take a look at it, there is actually a building. We've got some building markers on here. So this is all one big building, and it's called the government building, and it's worth a lot of victory points if you can get to it. But really, you don't even need to capture it to win the game. So, again, I don't know why Mark Walker set it up this way, but that's the way it is. It is. So, Bravo Company. What happened to what happened to run to the sound of gunfire? SOP, standard operating procedure. They've been told to hold here. That's all I can say. Bravo. So, anyways, yeah, I think we're done. You've done everything. I've done everything. Those poor Brits in the government house can't do anything. So, all right. Well, we're moving on to turn 6. I had a feeling we were going to get through this scenario pretty quick.
Yeah, it's one more turn, right?
2 more. Well, this one and 1 more. Yeah, because it's over at turn 7. So I've got 2 more turns basically to capture the rest of these. And we'll see how it goes. So that's removing markers. So let's go ahead and roll for initiative. 1d6. I got a 4. And you got a 1. So I get initiative this time, which is good. These guys can't rally, but these guys can. And wounded, I think being wounded removes one of my leadership modifier. Let me check on that real quick. I know being wounded reduces a couple things for leaders. Let me check. Wounded 38. For those of you playing with the home edition, page 38 for wounded. Let's see, 37, 38. Wounded. Wounded marker. Okay, yeah. Wounded leaders have their morale, leadership modifier, and leadership range decreased by 1. So, okay, that's good to know. Not that I can use it when self-rallying. So I need 2d6. I get a -2 on the dice roll because I'm in positive terrain. 7 -2 is a 5. He rallies. Yay. So that gives me a chance to rally those guys. I would normally be able to use my leadership modifier. However, he's wounded, and the leadership modifier is reduced by 1. So I have no leadership modifier. So basically, I'm rolling for the squad like I rolled for the leader. It is 2d6 minus 2 because I'm in a positive terrain hex. 9, 8, 7 is not good enough. So the squad is still shaken. However, the leader, the wounded leader, is not. And then we go up. We got a big old question. Plan 345. I've played this a few times now in the digital version. First thing I move is all the units out of the government house and send them over to the other side. Once I learned that, I have not lost yet as the British. They tend to stay back and ambush the armor with the law and the sniper in the main red buildings, then melee everything that gets into the victory hex. Historically, the British gave up with a fight. You are correct. This is a hypothetical scenario. If they fight, it is hard for the other side to win. And Evil Dr. Ganymede, can the British on map 10 not see the Argy tank on the road? This one, no. Those are buildings right there that are blocking the line of sight. Yes, they would be blocking the line. That building would be blocking the line of sight. Yeah. And again, I may be a little bit off in the line of sight rules. I'm going to have to go back through and check that again. Elevation, hill elevation has been the bane of my existence. I mean, like I said, I played ASL for 25 years, and I played the Advanced Tobruk system for 10 years. It's only within the last couple of years that I've actually started to grasp the line of sight with pancaking in ASL and ATS. But anyways, again, I get distracted. Squirrel. Oops, got a little crawl mark here. Okay, so my turn. What I'm going to do is we're going to activate these guys right there. And we're going to unload. I've only got one squad in there. All right, well, we're going to unload and move into this hex right here, into C1. So, and I can't low crawl. I can't low crawl when you get out of a vehicle. So if you got someone that's got line of sight on me, you can do an op fire like that sniper.
Oh, yes. The sniper.
Yep.
Where do I put him?
That's the problem, because you got to remember, snipers are not real good in melee. So because yeah, if I charge into melee, I'm just going to I'm just going to eat that sniper. This is probably not a bad hex right here for the sniper, just because you've already stopped my advance here. And here you can kind of cover the 3 victory location buildings. So it's not going to be easy for me to get to that sniper while I'm focused on capturing these buildings. So that probably is the best spot to put the sniper.
Okay.
All right. So now with the sniper, and you're doing the op fire with the sniper, remember with snipers, you roll 2 dice and take the best one.
Now, he doesn't use a D8, right?
Yes, he does. If you take a look at his number, he has the upper script of the D8 right by it. Yeah, the British commandos in Falklands are just brutal. So you get to roll 2d8 and basically take whichever one you want. The only modifier is going to be on my side, and I'm going to get a +3 to my dice roll because I'm in the building. So let me go ahead and roll that right now. And I got a 7. So you've got, roll it twice. So that was putting it in. So first roll. Is a 7. Okay, roll again.
Yep.
And a 6. All right, so both of us basically got a 7 that tied the roll. Basically, you were going to want to take the 7, so that basically tied the roll. So there would have been no effect.
Okay.
So he.
No, it's all.
Okay, so what do I roll? Sorry.
No, that's fine. There was no effect. We both ended up with 7, even with your best dice roll. So, like I said, it was no effect. So he just marked as fired. Whoops, I forgot to mark my guys. should have said I was assault moving with him. I would have still been able to fire, but anyways. Yeah, that's one little trick that you can do when you're unloading troops. You can say that not just moving, you can say they're assault moving, which means they can, half their movement point, which is enough for the infantry to get out, but at least they still retain the opportunity to do a fire later on in the turn. Now, granted, it's at the assault moving penalty, but, because, let's see, what have they got? They don't have any, they don't have any big, all they've got is the one machine gun, 4 points. But let's see, what do we got now? These guys can't do anything. I gotta clear out these guys before I do anything. Before I move up, because you're just gonna shoot me up. All right, let's take the guy with the Mag 58. Let's have them try to spot you in that building right there. You're in a blocking terrain, so I need a 1 or a 2. Roll the dice once. Oh, it was right there on the 1. It was right there.
It was.
Oh, but we're ops complete. All right, so that's and technically the squad can't do anything because that was the one thing that was doing something. Okay, so yeah, it's over to you. Your impulse.
Let's see. So if I move this group right here over, because I don't have line of sight to that.
Not through that
LAV.
building. Nope. But if you get into if you do an assault move fire, because you remember your British commandos are assault move fire capable. If you do an assault move fire into E5, you can get there and you could take a shot at the LVP. Now it's going to be atrocious to hit, but it could happen.
Yeah, let's try it.
All right, so you're assault moving in there, and let's we've got this neat new counter for assault fire. Well, actually, you're not. You're moving firing. No, you're assault firing. Yeah. Okay, so you're assault firing. You're moving then firing, which is assault fire, which is different than firing then moving, which is assault move. And yeah, so basically the only thing you've got to fire at me with is the law, because your small arms can't affect me because I'm buttoned up. So let's go ahead and look at the table. Flip the law over and just check a. Evil Dr. Ganymede asked a question. I think the Argies have to do something to be spotted. If they're in the open, it doesn't really matter. You spot anything that's in the open. If it was in degrading terrain, then they'd have to make a roll, and then it's a +2 or -2 on the dice roll because vehicles are so big. But since it's in the open, there's no spot check. All right, so we are at 1, 2, 3. We're at 4 hexes away. So you need we're going to be using the 4 column. And the to hit number is a 7. So you're going to be needing a 7. Now, this is where the fun comes in. There are, I'm going to guess, at least 2 degrading hexes between you. Yes, there are 2 degrading hexes between you. The 2 forest hex, or the 2 woods, the trees. So that's going to be -2, and your assault moving fire, which is a huge, ugly penalty. Let me take a look at it. Ordnance. Is a further +2. So you're going to have a +4 on your dice roll, +2 from the assault move, and +1 for each of the tree hexes. So you got 2d6. +4, and you need to get a 7. So basically, you're looking at a 3 or less, 2 or 3. Nine. Nope, that's going to be a miss. So that's going to end them. That's going to end their turn. Now, next turn, if you fire at me, though, it's going to be a little bit easier because you won't have that assault move penalty on you. What to do now? All right, well, let's go ahead and take this lone little squad up here who hasn't been doing anything for a while. Let's go ahead and move him. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and get him to there. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then it flips back over to you. Your initiative.
Okay.
Tactician, yeah, Tactician saying he missed the sale for Steam for TTS. It's up to regular price of $19.99. When the Christmas sale comes around in 2 weeks, it's going to be on sale again. So unless you want to get it right now, just wait for a couple weeks and it'll be on sale again. I think Tabletop Simulator is probably the most put on sale program that Steam has.
Yes. Because it's fantastic.
It is fantastic. It is. It gets a lot of use, especially during the pandemic. When the pandemic lockdowns kind of started back in March, for like 3 months straight, me and my buddies were playing Tabletop Simulator pretty much every night, and we were doing stuff. We just weren't doing Hex and Counter. We were doing a lot of Euro games and Terraforming Mars and Wingspan and other games like that we tend to enjoy. So yeah, it gets a lot of work out. So.
Have you tried Root?
I have not. The guys have been wanting to get me into Root. We just haven't sat down and done it. I know Jay has played it a couple, 3 times. But he wants to play it with like 3 or 4 players. He just doesn't want to do it as 2 players. Sometimes it's hard for us to get our 2 other buddies on. But yes, that is on the scheduled gameplay. We do want to play Root. So, yeah, we will be getting to that at some point. I will say it is almost 4 o'clock, but the game is almost done. Johnny, do you just want to power through and finish off the game tonight, or do you want to? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's get this done for tonight, and I'll try to keep my mouth shut and try to get the game flowing a little bit more smoother.
Same. So, I can be a chatty Cathy myself.
We both can. Yeah. Well, and again, and here I'm doing it. Since this is such like a tabletop, if you and I were sitting across the table from each other, you're going to chat. I mean, it just happens. So I'm sorry. Go ahead. It's your turn.
Okay. So, I can fire on that group in the building over there?
No, because I didn't fire because.
You missed.
Yep, I did. I missed the option. And
I'll try to spot.
Okay. So you're going to need. I'm in a blocking terrain. You're going to need a 1 or a 2. Oh! I saw it bounce there.
Yep. It was there, but it was gone.
Yep. Now, one thing you got to remember about Ops Complete, even though a unit is marked Ops Complete, it can still opportunity fire. It just can't do anything else. So, being marked Ops Complete is not a total debilitating thing. It is a little bit restrictive. So now it flips back over to me. All right, the vehicle. Well, now let's move the vehicle up. And let's okay, we're going to unload. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll unload both the troops into there. And that'll be it.
Okay. I can't do anything else, can I? Wait, my sniper.
Oh, something I just noticed. I moved into this building right here, and I actually moved into this building right here. These guys may be able to see you now since I moved into there. I didn't do a low crawl. So let's go ahead and check from here. Yep. You got line of sight. You spotted me. So those guys in the government building. These guys can now start moving and doing something.
Oh,
so
cool.
You've got a lot more options now to play with.
All right. So, whoops, wrong one. Let's see here. Oh. Whoops. It's grabbing the wrong one. Let me. Okay.
Yeah, just pull
Gotta come
the
in from a
individual
different
guys off. Yeah.
So I can. Let's see. What do they move?
Well, if they're with, 4 normally, if they're with the leader, 6. So which stack do you want to move? I'll pull the counters off for you.
Yeah, I'll move this one right there.
All right. Because he's got the law. Probably a good idea. So we'll pull that off. There you go. So move them where you will.
Whoops. Let me lasso them.
Yep.
Okay. 1.
Yep.
2.
That's 3 to move in through the rough.
Oh, 3. Okay.
Yeah, I'd move there.
I should take the road, huh?
Yep. Oh, and since I can't op fire on you because everybody I have is already activated, you're going to be able to move wherever you want. Now, if you're in the open next turn, they might get shot at, but you could probably angle yourself so this building right here covers you and protects you from where my guys are at.
Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I would probably move here to be just a little bit safer. Because if you're there, then these 2 guys probably... Because this guy will have line of sight on you straight down the hex line. This guy will probably be able to clear. But if you're there, then it's probably going to be clipping that building in B2, protecting you from fire from both of those. So.
Okay. Grab a...
Okay. Over to my turn. I don't have anything. Everything's done. So yeah, it's basically you for the rest of the turn. Whatever you want to do with the rest of those stacks. It's all you because all my guys have done something.
Okay. Let's see. Gonna move him there for a second.
Yep.
Go here. Stop it.
I have problems lassoing counters all the time as well. They only have movement of 4 because they don't have a leader.
Oh yeah. So
although they can still get there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they can still get there. From moving from here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they can still make it there. All right, again, it's still over to you.
All right, let's take these guys off. So 1, 2.
No, that's
3.
That's 4.
Oh yeah,
1,
that's 4, right?
2, 3, 4. Yep.
Okay.
And then back over to you again if you want to do something with the medic. Now, since he's a single man squad, he can move 6.
Okay. So, can he go into one of these squads?
Yeah. You're not going to be overstacking, so yeah, you'll be able to get there.
Right, so
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you'll get there with no problem. And get him into
so
the
I'll put
stack.
him in there. Whoops. Yeah, I'll move that. Put him here.
There you go. Yep.
Perfect.
And you advanced yourself in a way that I'm going to have to position myself to be able to fire on you. So that's the right way you do it. You want to try to, when you're advancing on an enemy position, try to reduce the opportunities for the enemy to shoot you. And if they can shoot you, at least force them to move to shoot you, because then it puts it into an assault fire, and then they have the assault fire penalties. So yeah, no, that getting those guys up there in that position, that was a good way to do it. That's basically the turn. I mean, it's remove markers at this point. That looks like about everything. All right, into the next turn. Turn 7, last turn. Let's roll initiative. 1d6. And I get a 4. And you get a 1, so I retain initiative. There's another special rule that for this one that I don't think the situation has come up at all, but it is a special rule for the Argentinians that if both of us roll the same initiative value, if the British and the Argentinians roll the same initiative value, then the Argentinians get what is called a flash rule, but I don't think it's happened at all in this game, so it's not like we have to worry about it. I mean, to roll doubles is a 1 in 36 chance anyways. No, 1 in 18 chance because you're looking for any sets of doubles. So it's not going to happen very often to begin with. And they do get some bonuses when the Argentinians flash. However, that is not the case. Okay, I do have this wounded leader here who's still trying to rally these poor shaken commandos. So I'm rolling a 2d6. I get a -2 because of the building, but nothing from the leader because he's wounded. So I get an 8 -2 is a 6. All right. So they are returned to
back in action.
They're back in action with a wounded leader. All right. And that's all the shaken units I've got. So, and you don't have any. I don't think I've inflicted any casualties on you yet this game. What is up with that? Wow. All right. So it's my turn. Oh, what to do?
But you're doing pretty good on the point thing, though, aren't you?
Well, as it stands now, the Marine barracks are worth 3 points each. So I've got 6 points there, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got just about the bare minimum that I need to win the game. Well, let's take a look at this. These guys are too far away to capture any hexes. Yeah, I think it's I think we're at the point where it's statistically impossible for you to win this one.
I was wondering.
Yeah, these guys are a little too far away, even at Mat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, these guys can't get to any of the victory locations at all, so they're not going to be able to capture anything back. This guy possibly could sneak over and capture one of these 2 hexes, but he's going to be taking some op fire possibly. The sniper can't move. These guys, well, he could try to run over here, but there's going to be so much gamut of firepower. Yeah, I mean, we could play it out, but at this point, I don't think, I just don't think the numbers are there for you. And it's not because it's not because of anything you did. It's because of the bulk of your forces weren't able to do anything most of the game. So,
and I know now not. It's because of the way I read it, but I didn't understand it. But I get it now. You know, once we started playing, I should have had them forward.
Yeah, a little bit more forward. Well, and that like I said,
I was thinking like that.
If you'd have had a squad there, because remember half hexes counted, so if you'd have had them in one of those hexes, you'd have spotted me. You know, probably turn 3 or 4, and then all those troops could have come rushing over and reinforced the barracks here, and then I'd have had probably a really hard time digging you out. Because even if I'd have captured all the other 1, 2, 3, 4, that would have only been 6. I would needed to have captured 2 of the Marine two of the Marine barracks to be able to. So yeah, I mean it's not your fault. It's just
no. For me, winning and losing doesn't matter. Just playing the game, having fun.
Yeah,
and history repeated itself, did it not?
Well, no. This is a hypothetical. The British forces, the British forces just went ahead and surrendered as soon as the Argentinian troops.
Came through.
Right. Oh, and evil Dr. Ganymede. To be fair, why would the Brits just be randomly hanging around in open hexes near a road rather than a building? Okay, so there's a little meta there, but they could also be, you could represent them, they're on patrol, they're just stakeout, they may know the Argentinians are coming and are acting as a forward tripwire for the units in the government house. It's like, why should we get out of the house until we... basically, that's what it came down to. Why would the British start to maneuver anything until they saw some Argentinian troops? So it could be a forward deployed sentry, forward deployed scouts. There's a whole bunch of different reasons that it could be. But yeah, no. So yeah, this one went pretty good. You definitely made me work for it. It would have gone much different had either you or I picked up on that. The guys in the government house were, like you said, handcuffed. So.
Yes.
And that was quick. I mean, it took us an hour and a half to get through that. So there is something to be said about units with small counter counts.
Yes.
But
absolutely.
Did you have any closing thoughts or ideas on the game, Johnny?
Nope. I did learn a couple lessons, which is good. I'm glad we got to play this module because I have not tried it yet.
Yeah, both you and I both, yeah.
And the D8 I thought was gonna be too overpowered, but actually it fits.
Yeah, it definitely fits because I mean if you take a look at the odds, it's a 1 in 4 chance of getting more firepower than you normally would have. I mean, that's basically what it comes down to. So it came through for you a couple times, especially when you lit up, this stack here when they first moved on. It came for you there.
Right.
So, it paid off. It's not an overpowered ability. And I definitely think it definitely fits with the British theme.
Yes.
So, all right. Well,
I would definitely play it again.
So yeah, I'm plan 3. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Plan 3, 4, 5. I believe in real life they had a bit of advance warning since they were not the first to be hit. They were already up and armed by the time the troops arrived, but do not quote me on that. Yeah, I don't know much about the Falklands. That's probable. So, Rough Swordsman, thank you for showing up. And for everybody else that showed up as well, Rich Kerr, Plan 345, Evil Dr. Ganymede, Bravo Company 1, J6A, Tactician 93612. Is there anybody else? I think that's pretty much everybody. Rich Kerr, already mentioned him. That's everybody. Thank you. And Johnny and I, are we going to be taking a break over Christmas? Because normally we do it 2 weeks intervals. Let's see, what would be the next? Would be the 20th, right before Christmas. You may not want to do it with your kids being so close to Christmas.
We can convene right after the holiday. That's fine.
Well, okay. Johnny and I will figure this out. And we will let everybody know if we're going to be doing any more this month. I guess it'd be my turn to choose the next scenario. And we've had some requests. We've had some requests for some armor on armor scenarios. So I'm going to be taking a look at that. And it's probably going to be something from North Africa because North Africa's got a lot of really cool armor scenarios in it. And so we may be doing something from North Africa. Hopefully, maybe, again, this month, if not after the beginning of the year. Questions?
Yeah, I mean, I can do this month too, but
okay, but yeah, I just want to make sure that it's not interfering with because the next day would be the 20th, which is so close to Christmas and with your kids. But if it's not going to interfere, then yeah, we'll probably do it on the 20th then. Yeah, okay, but we'll figure that out later, and I will let everybody know. Yeah, Rich Kerr. Yes, North Africa. Well, there we go. We got to vote for North Africa. Questions, comments, concerns, complaint, criticisms in the comment section below. When it gets to YouTube. See ya. Now if I can find the...
Bye, guys.
Well, that will end this gaming session. May God bless you and keep you safe until next time. Friendly Fire. Friendly Fire is a Lock and Load publishing production.